Reddit, what's the farthest you have taken it to in a truth or dare game? Possibly NSW. Oh god, when I was young I was staying at a beach house with my family. They let my sister and me bring a few friends along, and at night the truth or dare and the giggles commenced. In the living room there was a coffee table that was a sculpture of a bare-breasted mermaid with a pane of glass on top. Of course, my tween friends dared me to go into the living room and touch the mermaid's nipple right in front of my dad who was watching TV. It was just super embarrassing. I walked in there and looked all apprehensive about it. My dad looked confused as frick. I looked up at him and poor little me said they dared me to touch the boob. My dad was still looking confused but then he finally said, "It's okay honey, you can touch it," and I poked it and ran away. It was the most awkward experience of my childhood. This is adorable and hilarious. Had to strip naked, not barefoot thankfully, in the hood of East Atlanta and run a lap around my neighborhood, about half a mile, drunk as pee, whilst holding my machete towards the sky in war mode. I've never said dare since. Pretty typical dare stuff, but I was told to call my mom and tell her I was pregnant. After she stopped laughing she said, "Nobody is having sex with you." Nice try thanks, mom. Never mind that she was right. We made my dark-skinned friend try to sell subscriptions to Ebony magazine to the neighbors at midnight. It did not go over well. Look, I'm very sorry, I do not know anything about any money laundering. Ice cube up the vag. I was once dared to go into a Walmart, buy a pack of the largest condoms I could find, then still at the counter take 2 out and put them over my hands and try to get the clerk to shake my hand. He did not. Oddly enough, he probably would have shaken your hand if you offered without the condoms, but the condoms were likely 1000x more sterile and safe to touch than your hands. Ran naked up a highway near my house and did a front handspring naked in front of about 10 or so cars. I feel like I may have scarred a poor family that day. Don't look it directly in the eye son, it will all be over soon. In a dare competition with a mate he called out my name while having sex with his girlfriend. A mate of mine, we're Australians, was dating an American exchange student and we got him shout out crikey like Steve Irwin when he was climaxing. Slept overnight on a pool on a self-constructed raft. I worked as a lifeguard at said pool. Boss was surprisingly amused the next morning. I shaved a candy cane stripe up my left leg. I live a wild life. We played Truth or Dare every week for a few months in high school. Called it Todd Tuesdays. Eventually we ran out of dares and started getting creative. So, at some point, we dared my friend to go outside in the rain dressed in an ensemble that was made exclusively of belts covering naughty bits and peanut butter on his nipples. He then had to walk his dog in the rain down the street while we followed slowly in the car with the brights on. A trooper made it all the way around the block. For a second there I imagined a state trooper driving by and then chasing your friend for an entire block and having to tackle him by grabbing the belts. I rubbed my dong on a brand new red Maserati in the CBD of Adelaide. Police drove past, saw it, smiled and kept driving. Australian cops can't be bothered to give a frick, apparently. I was dared to pee on my friend Steve. I peed on Steve. I'll return the favor someday. I let a girl beat my bare butt with a belt in front of 20 people, and then I dared her to beat my butt some more. Someone has a fetish now. I licked my 6'7" 300 pounds brother's nipple. His wife made the dare. Your username makes this even funnier. I was dared to pee on my neighbor's doorstep. I hate my neighbors, so I did it. This happened in my mid-20s. I'm a grown woman and I peed on my neighbor's doorstep. For a couple weeks, I lived in fear that they had surveillance cameras. Freshman year of college got dared to go to the dining hall in the bar at Onishi, female. They took pictures of this, right? In high school, I spanked another dude with my face. I had to finger a lesbian in front of everyone. I was dared to take off my underwear and show them to everyone at an all-girls sleepover party. So, I get under the blankets for some privacy, remove my panties, and bring them out for all to see. Little did I know, it turned out to be the first day I got my period. Needless to say I was mortified. Whoever dared you already knew. I had to call my dad and tell him I was gay. I'm not gay. Took an ice cold shower while allowing my friends to dump Kool-Aid powder on me. Then they made me throw open the shower door and yell yeah. High school was so weird. That actually sounds kinda fun. Better if you busted through the door with your face though. During college, I was dared to lick peanut butter off of this chick's tea. Did it. Married her like 6 years later. That'll be a good story to tell the grandkids. We all drank toilet water as part of a double dare at a slumber party when I was about 8 years old. One of the girls wouldn't do it because she had heard that toilet water had nicotine in it. When we thought we had drank nicotine, we were convinced that we were going to become addicts and panicked. We then tried detoxing ourselves, which involved thinking very hard about not smoking and chewing lots of gum. Just kissed a boy. He had it coming. He was daring all the girls to kiss each other, so when he was dared to kiss a boy, well, I took it for the team. He wasn't a good kisser. I got double dared to say what again? I was once dared into not having a girlfriend. It's been 20 years now. I think I'm winning. I made out with a picture of Ray Charles. Poor guy never saw it coming. XGF dared me to marry her in winter. Exactly 1 month before I was going to propose, she met an old friend of mine online. They fell in love and got engaged after meeting up and being together less than 2 weeks. Winter was terrible. If it's any consolation, your XGF sounds desperate and crazy, and you dodged a bullet. Had to try and suck my own dong in front of a group of people. Lulz ensued. I bet they did. This weekend, played a Jenga game with dares written on the side. The piece I drew dared me to lick the face of the person to the right of me. Turned out to be a really cute girl I've known for about an hour. She willingly let me lick her face and we chatted for the majority of the evening. 3 days later, I'm still dreading to ask her out. I believe in you. I was dared to make out with a mounted moose head while I was staying at a cabin with my friends. We all died. I had to hit on the rah at 3 AM. She nor her boyfriend were amused. Got a kiss on the cheek which started a 2-year relationship eventually. Too far, man. Till most people find their sexuality through truth or dare. I was dared to seduce a lawn chair. I seduced the lawn chair. I was dared to make out with a girl who was a good friend and it turned into us making out several times over the next year to practice. A few years later she was arrested for killing her baby and dumping into a dumpster behind a bar. I was expecting the usual, and now we're married. A big nope on that one. I got dared to put a blindfold on and eat out whoever came to me. I really enjoyed that. Lost my virginity. I've had multiple games of truth or dare devolve into some fun group sex. Isn't that what everyone's thinking about when they start playing anyways? Last time I played I was 12 years old, and no, that's not what I was hoping for. In middle school a girl dared another girl to hug me. That was the most action I got for years after that. My life was a sad existence. Dared a friend to get naked and play pong at a party. A black girl showed up and whispered to the guy next to me as we watched them. Why is his penis so small? Someone should have covered for the guy. Yup, he's a grower. You should see it in action. I got dared to make out with another girl from my Christian private school at a sleepover in our preteens. We moved it to the bed and kept at it for a few hours and now we're both gay. From submission history, story seems to check out. So for everyone who wants to believe, want no longer believe. I had to put blue Kool-Aid powder on my butthole while on my knees in the face down butt up position and then fart to make it look like a poof of blue smoke. I then went to the bathroom to clean my anus. While I was cleaning, I decided to take a look to see if I had gotten it all and noticed that my butt crack was stained blue. At the time I was intoxicated and thought this was hilarious, so I decided to show my friends. After a few minutes of laughing, one of my friends says, "Dude, you look like you just got fricked by Papa Smurf." This is Pajama Doggo. He can only rest if you type sleep well doggo, sleep well doggo. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel and liked the video, consider subscribing. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another AskReddit video. Or don't. Either way, I hope you have a great day, you magnificent people.